What a wonderful day for a birthday, right? Look at this weather. I'm sweating. We have tents out here. We have music out here with Waffle Radio. The only thing we don't have is barbecue and chicken and wings. And I didn't say wine coolers, sorry. My name is Terry Alford. I'm the Executive Director of the Michigan Street African American Heritage Corridor. And on behalf of the corridor and our four anchors, our cultural anchors, we warmly thank you for coming and attending this great celebration. I want to say it's been 2 years in the works to get to this point. I don't know where Dr. Lily Williams is. I know yesterday we were talking, and we were talking about doing a jig out here at some point because we actually have this beautiful marker actually installed here that we'll be dedicating today and unveiling. So without further ado, I want to get the program going. It looks like everybody that we want to be here are here. Thank you, media, for attending. The first thing I want to do is actually introduce Dr. Lillian Williams, who's the Associate Professor of Africana and American Studies and the former Director of Community Engagement at the University at Buffalo. And she's going to do first a quick welcome like I'm doing right now, but she's our historian. She's our board, the chair of our History and Preservation Committee. And I think it's only does us right that she opens us up.
Thank you very much, Terry. Thank you all so much for coming out this afternoon to celebrate the life of Mary Talbert. This is indeed the day that we turn things around. I want to thank all of the organizations that Mary Talbert was affiliated with who are here today. Some of them will have an opportunity to tell you a little bit about Mary Talbert's story. I'd like to also introduce to you the chair of my department, Dr. Ronaldo Walton, who will bring greetings to you as well. And
Good afternoon. It's an honor and a pleasure to bring you greetings from the Department of African and American Studies at UB. I really want to congratulate my colleague, Dr. Williams, and for the hard work that she has continued to do to bring the story of Mary Talbert to light. Mary Talbert is, however, not only going to live on this street with this marker, but almost every time you come up to UB, you will drive along Mary Talbert Way. And so Mary stretches the region. And so congratulations, and I look forward to the rest of the festivities. Thank you.
Thank you, Doctor. So really quick before we go on with the program, these are two properties that were owned by Mary Talbert, 116 and 118 over here. So you'll be hearing more about Mary Talbert and about these two lots. But I'm reminded when we talk about housing, especially infamous houses, famous houses, we always think of Martin House right off the bat, right? Homes like that. But when you talk about the houses on the east side of Buffalo, especially along Michigan Avenue, Jefferson Avenue, Maston, Cold Spring, Ellicott District, we're always reminded that all these houses have stories connected to them, thousands of stories. And that's a great thing because when we say your home is your castle, it really means that in so many ways. A lot of us don't have what was considered generational wealth that we hand down to our kids. The only thing sometimes we have is our properties, along with our stories that are connected with these dwellings. So I am very happy that we're doing this today for those very reasons. So we want to start off with a musical selection. We're blessed to have one of our famous and talented musicians in the city of Buffalo. Many of you know him as Andre Star Muhammad, concert violinist and maestro of the Muhammad School of Music. So thank you, maestro. Please.
The National Collaborative for Women's History Sites sent a letter which they asked me to read tonight. They're unable to attend. It is with great pleasure that the National Collaborative of Women's History Sites sends greetings and congratulations at the dedication of the Pomeroy Foundation marker for Mary Talbert. A graduate of Oberlin College, Mary Talbert moved to Buffalo in 1891 when she married William Talbert Jr., a wealthy Buffalo real estate investor. From her base in the Michigan Street Baptist Church, Mary Talbert became a powerhouse for the rights of people of color and women. From her demand that African Americans be presented fairly at the Pan American Exposition in 1901, to her work with New York State's Empire State Federation of Women's Clubs, her presidency of the National Association of Colored Women's Clubs from 1916 to 1920, her preservation of Frederick Douglass's home in Anacostia, Washington, D.C., her affiliation with the Niagara Movement, that is to say, the Niagara Movement first meeting with Du Bois and the other 25 members met at her home. She was not involved in that process. Women at that time were not. Also, her commitment to international peace and her work against lynching. Mary Talbert was a whirlwind for social justice and equal rights. Contemporaries recognize Mary Talbert's extraordinary career. In 1922, she became the first woman to receive the NAACP's coveted Spingarn Medal, given for the highest or noblest achievement by a living American Negro during the preceding years. She was honored as the best known colored woman in America and probably the most noted Negro woman in the world. Talbert's recognition was well earned. In fact, in the last year of her life, she led the anti-lynching crusaders for the NAACP, and she reported that she had sent out some 22,000 letters to Black women and 1,800 letters to white women. She distributed over 35,000 pamphlets, 25,000 prayers, 78,000 buttons, and 72,000 press releases. She died on October 15, 1923, having literally worked herself to death. Friends remember her as a representative of the finest womanhood of America, a great-hearted woman with a kind, thoughtful, generous nature. She sacrificed her life to create a fuller and truthful meaning of democracy. As a born leader of women, she made friends with the high and the low, the great and small. Not only now, but in years to come, lovers of what is best in humanity will appreciate fully the deeds of this great and good woman. We stand here today on the site of Mary Talbert's last home to honor this great and good woman. As lovers of what is best in humanity, we work to carry on her vision for a world of peace and justice, and they extend their thanks to you for attending this afternoon. Now, the National Collaborative focused primarily upon Mary Talbert's national and international activities, but she was renowned in Buffalo too, and I want to point out some of those things. In Buffalo, Talbert made her presence known almost from the very beginning. She was an officer at her Michigan Avenue Baptist Church. At various times, she was church organist, secretary, and historian. It was there that she organized the Christian Culture Congress, a literary club that brought renowned scholars and activists, including W.E.B. Du Bois, educator Nannie Helen Burroughs, author James Weldon Johnson, and Missouri Republican Congressman Leonidas Dyer, who introduced into Congress in 1922 the failed bill that would make lynching a federal crime. This bill later named the Emmett Till Anti-Lynching Bill, finally was enacted by Congress and signed into law in 2022, a century later. The Buffalo mayor appointed Talbert to the 15-member task force on crime. The Women's Club movement was critical to Mary Talbert's social, political, and economic pursuits. Two of the major women's groups that she led, through which she operated, the National Association of Colored Women's Clubs affiliates and the Order of Eastern Star, are here today, and they have comments. First, the Carolyn Malone, who's president of the Mary B. Talbert National Association of Colored Women's Clubs affiliates, and she will be fostered by Esther Anand, former worthy matron, Naomi Chapter Order of Eastern Star, and she will tell you about Mary Talbert's role in that organization. Thank you so much.
Good afternoon. Let me make a correction. I am not the president of the Mary B. Talbert Civic and Culture Club. I am the financial secretary, and again, my name is Carolyn Malone. I stand before you today, however, on behalf of our president, Dr. Deborah E.J. Thompson, and the entire Mary B. Talbert Club to give thanks to the William Pomeroy Foundation for raising awareness and supporting the celebration of community history and cultural heritage by granting and erecting,
I got you.
thank you, by granting and erecting this marker for Mary Talbert. Also, the Mary B. Talbert Club would like to give a gratitude of thanks to Dr. Lillian Williams, a historian vigorously focused on Mary Talbert. Dr. Williams has graciously provided consistent work for the past couple of years to secure this marker. I'd like to talk a little bit about our club. You will hear so much about Mary Talbert until I want to talk a little bit about our club and the understanding of why it was formed. Our club was established in 1974 by Carolyn B. Thomas. She was a compassionate individual who knew the history of Mary Talbert. Carolyn, a tireless volunteer, was also the founder of the Food Bank of Western New York. She too was a social activist in Buffalo. She started our club after discovering that the Talbert Mall projects had been renamed the Frederick Douglass Towers because no one or very few knew of Mary Talbert, her history, or even knew that she was a noble Black woman. We are forever grateful to Carolyn's vision, her persistence, inspiration, and dedication. Our club is an affiliate with the National Association of Colored Women's Club, the Northeastern Federation of Women's Club, and the Empire State Federation of Women's Club. We are committed to carrying on the principles of Mary Talbert's legacy by uplifting those in need through community service engagement activities. Thank you.
Good afternoon, distinguished guests, brothers, and sisters. We celebrate today because it is the day that the Lord has made, and we as a community are glad and we will rejoice in it. My name is Sister Esther Annan, and I'm a proud past matron of Naomi Chapter number 10, Prince Hall, Order Eastern Star, State of New York, with worthy matron Sister Rhonda Saunders, grand worthy matron Sister Marsha L. Mack, grand worthy patron Brother Grant M. Valentine, and the most worshipful Prince Hall Grand Master, Dr. Darren M. Morton, currently presiding as our Buffalo and State of New York jurisdiction leaders. I stand here with representatives of Naomi Chapter Number 10, representing one of over 50 chapters of our beautiful order for this inspirational occasion, and it can't be more humbling. Sister Burnett Talbert was the first worthy matron of Naomi Chapter Number 10, Order Eastern Star, a subordinate chapter of Eureka Grand Chapter, Prince Hall Order Eastern Star, State of New York, chartered on September 29, 1904, almost 121 years ago. The Prince Hall Order Eastern Star is a benevolent organization grounded in our scriptural, ethical, moral, and civic obligations as women citizens of this side of the Jordan. We are the wives, the sisters, daughters, and widowers of the Prince Hall Masonic family. Past Matron Talbert was an ordinary person, favored to do extraordinary things. And Past Matron Talbert was extraordinary. As a member of the Michigan Street Baptist Church, she was commissioned and empowered by the Lord and by her own words as she toured America and Europe, boldly leading the anti-lynching crusade. Brothers and sisters, she said, the hour has come in America for every woman, white and black, to save the name of our beloved country from shame by demanding the barbarous custom of lynching and burning at the stake be stopped now and forever. This legacy of boldness carries on today in the midst of the trials across the communities of America. We stand on the pillars of our yesterdays to impact our today. And today we recognize more than ever the importance of our existence. First, serving the Lord with all of our heart and advocating for the sick, the displaced, the hungry, while grounded in the ideals to change the systems that impede growth of all people. Our charge today as a community is to remember the grace that sustained Past Matron Talbert, as she led movements, oftentimes leading as the first to lead organizations like Naomi Chapter Number 10, on others that have evolved to our current day NAACP and more. Naomi Chapter Number 10 members are grateful, thankful, and honored to have Past Matron Talbert as a historical influencer, which we as members strive to emulate each day. Finally, let us remember Hebrews 11:1. Now faith is the assurance of things hoped for and the conviction of things not seen. Past Matron Talbert's faith led her, and so we too can be led by faith. Thank you, and God bless you all. And Dr. Williams, come on up. She is a member of Naomi Chapter Number 10.
You'll tell the truth?
I'm not going to tell the truth, but we're going to get you back on the rolls. You know what I mean?
Thank you so much.
Let the church say amen. You know, that's something we don't mind calling each other out. Unapologetically. So it's that time of the program where we start bringing up our dignitaries. And again, I'd like to thank each and every one of them. This is a part of a program that we call our proclamations and greetings. So without further ado, it does me great honor to bring up and introduce the Honorable Mark Poloncarz, the Erie County Executive.
Thank you. Thank you, Terry. Good afternoon. It's a wonderful day. When I was sitting here, I was thinking of the history of Mary Talbert and what she meant to this community and this country. It reminded me that too often when we talk about history, we talk about forefathers. But there are no forefathers without the foremothers. And when it comes to the foremothers of our country, there really are none, or very few, that are as large in the history and the importance and impact as Mary Talbert was. And that's one of the reasons why when we were creating a new set of monuments for downtown Buffalo, they were specifically for 3 women, and they were the trailblazing women of Western New York. And there was questions as to who we were going to honor, but there was never a question that one of the monuments was going to be for Mary Talbert because of her history, her importance, and the idea of a trailblazer is, when it really gets down to it, it is setting a path where one did not exist before. And there are so many firsts in the history of Mary Talbert that I'm not going to read this proclamation I have because we'd be here all day. But it repeatedly says, the first, the first, the first. And there have to be people who are the first who do it at a time, and when Mary Talbert did this, it was a time where, as was noted, women were not playing leading roles. And it was not expected that a woman, especially an African-American woman, would be taking such a leading role, not just locally, but nationally and internationally. So on behalf of the people of Erie County, it is my distinct honor to be here today. I want to thank Dr. Williams and her entire team for the work that they put in to ensure that this Pomeroy Foundation marker could be placed. I know it's not easy to get Pomeroy Foundation markers. You have to go through a rigorous process. They just don't pass them out. And it shows the work that was done by Dr. Williams and others to make that a reality. I want to thank our friends from the Heritage Corridor, Terry and the entire team, for their continued work to grow the knowledge of the history and why it matters. When we forget our history is when we start to repeat it. And it's important that we do not repeat the failures of the past. And we need to remember individuals like Mary Talbert for their dedication and what they did at difficult times to take a stance so that others then and now can enjoy the fruits of their lives that others could not before her. So on behalf of the people of Erie County, I want to congratulate and thank everyone here. And it is officially my honor, I do have some powers in Erie County, but it's my honor to officially hereby proclaim today, September 17, 2025, is Mary B. Talbert Day in Erie County. Thank you all.
Thank you, County Executive. I'm going to give this to the boss. So next up, unfortunately, our mayor cannot attend this afternoon, but who's here representing him with a proclamation from the city is Lindsay Lauren Visser. Lindsay.
Thank you, Terry. And as Terry said, my name is Lindsay Lauren Visser, and I am the City of Buffalo historian. And on behalf of Mayor Scanlon, he wishes he could be here today, but unfortunately had a conflict. But I'm going to be honest, I was so excited about this event from the very beginning that I told him no matter what, I was going to be here, and I really wanted to be able to do the proclamation. So I'm so happy that I'm able to be here today, and I just want to give my colleague from the Erie County Historical Commission, Dr. Lillian Williams, all of the credit for all of her many efforts. And I just want to remind everybody, so much of Mary Talbert's legacy has been because of Dr. Lillian's work. And so we are so appreciative as other historians to have access to that and to have such a rich history that we can draw from so that we can go out and share that with the community. So like the county executive, I am not going to read the whole proclamation. But I am going to say that when I often am asked as the city historian, you know, what are the greatest hits of Buffalo history, right? Like, you've got 2 seconds, tell me something really interesting about our city. And then Mary Talbert is always one of the first names at the top of my list to talk about because her impact is so far-reaching and connected to so many things that people care about. And so with that in mind, now, therefore, be it resolved that I, not really I, but Christopher Scanlon, Mayor of the City of Buffalo, do hereby proclaim September 17th, 2025, as Mary Burnett Talbert Day in the City of Buffalo in recognition of her lifetime of service, advocacy, and dedication to the causes of education, civil rights, anti-lynching, women's suffrage, preservation, and international human rights.
So it does me great honor to sort of bring up some of our were iconic friends of our community, many of which you all know. The first that I like to bring up, because she has to go, is our New York State Assembly Majority Leader, Crystal Peoples-Stokes, who's here. Majority Leader.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you. I appreciate you allowing me this opportunity to go now because I am already late for the next meeting, but it's okay. We try to get it all in. I certainly want to Dr. Williams, because I remember when I first met her, I was in the county legislature. We did not have established a heritage corridor yet, but we were working on the Michigan Street History District. That's what we were working on back then. And since then, she has never waffled. She has always been not just standing up for this community and its history, but teaching our students at the University of Buffalo further history. And so I totally, absolutely admire her. She is our modern day Harriet Tubman because she's bringing people to freedom with her history. I'm certainly honored to stand here with the folks who made the historic Michigan Corridor District work. Terry and his group, they made it work. I passed the legislation, but they make it work. And so I think they deserve a round of applause. Super grateful for what you've done. We are living in a difficult time, a very difficult time, when people are literally wanting to strip away our history. Not just by saying things, but by literally taking books out of schools, by literally removing artifacts from museums, by taking people's names off of places that they've served in this country for decades because they happen to be black. But I have to tell those people, I won't call them by names. It's too late. We already know our history. You're not ever going to be able to erase it. It will not happen. So thank you so much for putting up this honor for this amazing woman who left so much. And I'm almost positive, because I know her spirit. She did not do this for her. She did it for us. And we're supposed to be honoring her. So thank you for doing this, and God bless. And I'm running.
Thank you, Majority Leader. I'd like to bring up, and it's interesting that County Executive talked about women and the power that they have. And two of our more prominent districts are actually represented by women, and they're both here. So it's with great pride that I bring up first the representative of the Maston District, Zanetta Everhart.
Thank you, my friend. Hello, family. How are you? Awesome. So listen, today it's a birthday, right? It's a birthday of Ms. Talbert. And I want to start first by saying thank you to Terry and to the Corridor team for enriching our culture in the city of Buffalo. But I want to say a special thank you to Dr. Williams. And that is because, you know, years ago when I was in college, I had to do a history project. They said, whatever you want to do, just do a history project. And so I chose the Michigan Street Baptist Church and the Colored Musicians Club. And so the late Bishop Henderson was just remarkable with helping me with that project, right? But then, of course, I had to do my own research after I spoke to him. And I started Googling and digging around and looking for research papers and who do I need to talk about in this research project? But everything that I researched and I found about African American history in the city of Buffalo had Dr. Williams' name attached to it, right? And that is amazing. Every single thing, and specifically about Mary Talbert, right? And also Dr. Nevergold. I was finding so much information that these ladies had put together so that my mind could be enriched, right? And so I actually, you know, completed and it was a video project, actually. And I completed that project with the history that you laid out about Mary Talbert, right? And so many others. And so I just want to say thank you for your work, your years and decades of service. But listen, Mary Talbert is a hero, right? She is. Hearing about the history of the work that she's done, the work that she started 100 years later is just now being realized. And so, as a woman, as a Black woman representing my community, living and working in this community, raising my kid in this community, I know that the work that I am doing today here on the Common Council is going to reverberate for centuries, just like Ms. Talbert. And so I want to say thank you for continuing to enrich our lives. Happy birthday to Mrs. Talbert. And welcome to the Maston District. Welcome back home, Ms. Talbert. Thank you. They not like Maston.
You always gotta sneak that in, can't you? I'm gonna ask you to cue up Happy Birthday too, Stevie Wonder, at some point when I give you the point at you. So, last but not least here, is the majority leader of our Common Council and the representative of the Ellicott District, Councilwoman Leah Houghton Pope. Thank you.
That's really my song, and y'all don't understand. If my staff is here, they know it's not good because I'm in love with it. Good afternoon, everybody. What a great day in the city of Buffalo. And I'm gonna just, you know what? I'm gonna tell you about these bees. They're trying to kill me, saints. It's a beautiful day in the city of Buffalo. A beautiful day to acknowledge and celebrate. I'm trying. And celebrate Mary B. Talbert and the influence that she's had on our community as a whole. And as my colleague was saying, you know, as a woman and the first woman of color, first Black woman, first woman of anything to be majority leader for the Buffalo Common Council, we stand in very powerful footsteps to stand and follow behind the majority leader of the New York State Assembly, the first woman of color to do so. It says a lot about what we do here in Buffalo. From Buffalo, greatness comes. From Buffalo, we end up with a Dr. Williams. From Buffalo, we end up with a Dr. Nevergo. From Buffalo, we end up with a Sheila Brown. From Buffalo, because of Mary B. Talbert leaving such large footsteps, we're able to stand here today. And it wasn't just about the work that she did in other places. She taught us that you can do it right here in the city of Buffalo. So when I think, you know, I'm a preacher's kid, there's this line that's speaking specifically. David was talking after Saul and Jonathan died. He actually said, "Is there any good thing in Lodabar?" And Lodabar was a very dark place. There was sadness there, and there was a memory there, and it was a son, the son of David, the son of Jonathan, Mephibosheth. The point is, there was history that was left in a space. And it is our job to carry that history on. She taught us to fight for justice. She taught us that you can do that from wherever you are, that you don't necessarily have to be an elected official, but you can be an agent of change from whatever space that you're placed in. And here in the city of Buffalo, we have nothing but leaders who leave important legacy, but their legacy means nothing if we don't carry it on and carry it forward to the next generation. So to build on the comments that the majority leader of the assembly said when she made a comment about specifically that we won't forget our history, we'll never forget it because we take it with us and we pass it down to the next generation. It's not enough for me to know it's got to be this young child here holding that Mickey Mouse dial right there. Does she know our history? Does that little boy, does he know our history? Do the neighbors in our community understand what it took to get to this place? And so I'm grateful to stand here to celebrate her history, her experience, and her love, and I'm honored to be in this space. So thank you, Terry. Thank you to the Michigan Street African American Heritage Corridor. Thank you to Dr. Williams for preserving our history. I can't wait to see what happens in the future and all the history that comes after us. I pray that you all continue to leave footprints for the next generation. God bless you.
Yep, thank you. Thank you, Majority Leader. So there's only one other person I just want to acknowledge that's here. Actually, two people. One cannot be here. They're the actual owners of 116 and 118 Northland. So the current owners is Lois Brown, who I believe is in Virginia, and her son who's here, Keith Melvin. Keith Melvin, where are you? Keith, come on up. You don't have to say anything, we just want to acknowledge you. But you might as well stay up here because this is kind of like the final announcements. We want to kind of like end the program right now because one, it's hot out here. The other reason is this is the point of the program why you came, which is the actual unveiling. So if they don't mind, I'd like to have the county executive come up and Lindsay come up. Of course, it's the councilwoman, Zenata Everhart is still here, if she can come up. The majority leader for the council had to leave. And if you want to just go up front around the unveiling, Dr. Williams, of course, Dr. Williams.
Keith's sister. I'm
I'm
the
sorry.
third of the family.
Oh, what's your name?
I'm the oldest, Tony.
Oh, Tony Du Bois. Keith's older sister. What's that? Yeah, we could do that. If you want to help, we can help move the tent over.
Well, I just want to lift
Yeah.
it a little bit so people can get that corner.
Yeah.
If somebody needs to grab that corner.
There's three of us here. My mother's on the way from Virginia.
Oh, she's.
But my aunt is here also.
There we go. That's good. That's good.
In fact, when do you introduce the family? While you're here?
Okay.
Put it back on, do that.
Good afternoon, everybody. This is such an amazing event. I don't even have words. Mary Talbert, just icon, doing amazing things. And to be at our house. We've had this house for a lot of years. And to get the call about all of this, and I'm just, full. I'm just full. And it's so nice of all of you to be here to represent. We're sisters and brothers. But I'm Tony the oldest, they say. This is my brother Keith and my brother Wesley, and my mother's on the way. And my aunt, Phyllis Robinson, and my uncle, Jeffrey. Thank you.
You did so well.
So as we prepare to unveil, we're going to ask Brother Muhammad to play. And at the countdown from 5, we're going to do the unveiling. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.